Hello and welcome back to my channel and to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Nicola. I make lifestyle videos and it's a quick catch up today because we've been away for a few days, which you may know if you watched my video last week. We had a lovely time and since then life's gone a little bit crazy, which I will explain in a second. But yeah, I'm just sat here, I'm working. And I just thought, right, I'm going to take 15 minutes just to quickly record this video so that I have something to go up today, because I gained a fair few followers from my B&M haul, which is lovely. So if you're new here, hello, welcome along, thank you for joining. And yeah, I do, these videos happen probably once every month, probably. There's a oh my gosh, I haven't filmed anything, quick, let's put something up type video. Because I work full-time and have very busy life with my daughter mainly, at the weekends and stuff, generally there isn't a huge amount of time for filming. So I try and do as much as I can of interesting content and then fill it with these every now and then. I've got a cup of tea. In fact, look how lovely is this mug. I mean, I know it's like 30 odd degrees outside, although I'm actually cold. I'm here with a jumper on. If I went outside the door, it'd probably be boiling hot, but in this office it faces the front of the house, which gets the sun in the afternoon, so in the mornings it's actually quite chilly. But yeah, I picked this mug up, which is very autumny. It says, "You are the pumpkin to my spice." This was from Tesco's and I love it. So yeah, autumn decor. I called it, I think, in my B&M haul last week. I said it was going to be a hot September, and hot it certainly is. It's what, 28, 29 degrees at the moment. Well, maybe not right now, but this week. And I just can't decorate. I know a lot of people have already decorated for autumn if they do that. I just can't until it cools down. It doesn't feel right. But I think next week it's going to be back down to sort of 19, 20. So I reckon I could probably do it then. So I might do it on Sunday because I've not got a lot else planned this weekend. So I will probably do it on Sunday. But yes, quick catch up really. How are you all? I hope you're all well, back into the swing of things. Some of you, obviously if you haven't got children, you might be off on your holidays now that it's cheaper. If you've got children and they're back at school, I hope it's all going okay. Phoebe went back to school yesterday, and she had a good day. She's really happy to see her friends. She'd not seen any of them in the summer, for one reason or another. I mean, she had plenty of time, but I think everyone was off or on holiday at different times, so they just couldn't arrange a time to all meet up. So yeah, she didn't have, she wasn't able to see many friends or anything over the summer, so she was pleased to get back and see her friends. And yeah, she's happy to be back at school, so that's good. It's very quiet here without her. She talks a lot, my daughter. So yeah, it seems very quiet without her. And then dance starts back. Well, she had a rehearsal on Monday before she went back to school, and then dance officially starts back on Saturday, although she doesn't dance on a Saturday anymore, but that's going to be mental. I think it's the first time probably in about 7 years, 6, 7 years, that I haven't had a child doing a regular Saturday morning or mid-morning activity. Archie did orchestra on Saturday mornings until he finished school and went to uni, and then Phoebe has been doing dance or drama or singing on a Saturday morning, on and off. So it usually starts around 11ish, 11:30, for years, and now she doesn't have classes on a Saturday because she's moved to the senior groups. So she does have some classes on a Saturday, well, not classes, but she has rehearsals on a Saturday afternoon. But yeah, it would be strange not to have to rush around on a Saturday morning. It'd be quite nice. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, we used to be at Top Hat, her dance school, probably sometimes 6 days a week, usually 5 or 6, and we're only there 4 days a week now. So that's quite cool. But yeah, so she's gone back to school, really happy. Archie is working. He's actually not going back to university. So for all those that were invested in him going a year ago, he's now not going back, which is sad. He's actually just taking a year off at the moment, but I suspect that might be a permanent situation. He enjoyed parts of his course, but overall he didn't enjoy it. He didn't get a lot out of it. It was an awful lot of money for the amount of hours that he got teaching wise. I think he got about 5 or 6 hours a week worth of teaching, and a lot of that last year was cancelled due to train strikes or teacher strikes, and he had very little. It was such a lot of money compared to, you know, considering someone who's doing a medical degree or a law degree, or who's doing like full-time hours, pays the same as somebody who's doing like 5-6 hours a week. I think it's a bit unfair, really. Obviously he moved back home in January because he wasn't enjoying living in halls, and then it was okay going in and out, but yeah, it just didn't work out for him. He's got a job working for my nephew. He's doing sound, like a sound engineer. He's doing it's difficult to explain, but basically editing videos and sound on videos for uploading to Spotify and YouTube and things. So he's loving it. He's got a lot of clients of his own now, and so he's going to give that a go for a year and see how that goes full time, and if it goes well then he'll probably carry on doing it. If not, he'll either decide to apply for a course somewhere else or finish his degree at City University. So as I said, I suspect he probably will not finish his degree, but we shall see how the next year goes. But it's his decision. He's an adult now, and I encouraged him to go to uni, and I'm glad he gave it a go. But if it's not for him, it's not for him. I'm glad. I would rather he did it this way, tried it, didn't enjoy it, left, than didn't go, because at least, you know, he knows that maybe it's not for him. So that's his news. What else? So yeah, we had a lovely holiday. We just went to a place in Norfolk, just outside of Great Yarmouth, in the countryside, right on the Broads, and we got a little barn conversion. It was absolutely gorgeous. I 100% could live there. It was so nice, although it wasn't a detached, it was a terrace of barns, and I was quite anxious of the noise we were making. I couldn't hear anyone else, but I was nervous about what noise we were making, because, you know, we have the telly on, and they've got the dogs that bark every now and then, and I was like, oh god, we're used to being away from other people. So yeah, I was quite nervous about how much noise we were making, but it was just lovely. And so there were bedrooms sort of downstairs, 2 bedrooms, Phoebe and Archie shared with single beds, and then we had the double behind, and there were big bedrooms as well, much bigger than we have here, and then 1 bathroom, which ideally we'd have had 2, but it was fine. And then there was a big hallway where we had the dogs, the dog beds, and then upstairs was a big open plan living area with a wood burner, which we didn't use because it was lovely and sunny, so we didn't need to, but there was a big wood burner, telly, lovely comfy sofas, a table there, and then there was a big Chesterfield dog bed. I mean, if I remember, I will put a little picture of it in here, because the dogs absolutely adored it. It was so lovely, to the point where I was googling like, where can I get one of these and how much does it cost, and they're expensive. I won't be getting one anytime soon, and they're really big actually. They take up an awful lot of room, but in that room it just fitted perfectly. And then there was a small kitchen, and then that was it. So it was just perfect for a few days, and it was so relaxing. None of us really cared about doing too much. We had a small issue in that, well, it turned out to be a bigger issue, but Buddy, who's our golden retriever puppy, if you're new here, he gets very car sick, gets anxious in the car and very car sick. So we actually took 2 cars on holiday. Andrew took his van, and he and Archie were going up to Scunthorpe to pick up some Lego for our Lego business before. So they went up first, picked up the Lego, and then went back to Norfolk. And then Phoebe and I took the dogs and met them there. And Buddy was sick twice on the way there, in the car, which luckily I had taken puppy pads, wipes, bin bags, spare blankets. I was expecting it. We did stop plenty, but you know, you just don't know when it's going to happen. And he was very anxious all the way there, so that was quite unpleasant, but it was fine. Once we got there it was okay, but then when we were there it meant that we couldn't really go too far. We had wanted to stay a bit further north on the north coast, but we couldn't find anywhere suitable to stay that was available on the dates that we wanted to go. So we stayed a bit more inland, which meant we got a bit more for our money, but we thought we would travel and go to the beaches we wanted to go to, but we just couldn't, because it wasn't fair on Buddy. But also on the first day we went to Caister, which is only 15 minutes away. He was fine on the way there, but on the way back he was sick. And then on the second day we went to Mundesley, which is about 40 minutes away, and we stopped on the way, halfway on the way there, and he was fine, but again he was sick on the way back. And then on the third day he was fine, and then we managed to get home without him being sick. I put some dog calming music I found on Spotify, and he and Bungo just went to sleep actually on the back seat, which was perfect. We did stop a couple of times, well no, we stopped once, sorry, to let him out and have a little walk, but he was okay, so I thought, oh, he's fine. And then when we got home, he had his dinner, everything, and then at about 4 o'clock Monday morning he was sick, and then after every meal he was sick constantly since then. And I thought maybe he'd had an obstruction, some sort of blockage, because it was literally, he'd eat a meal, no problem at all. He was obviously hungry and really, really well in himself. He was like completely normal in his behaviour. He obviously wasn't in any pain or anything, but he would eat, and then like, yeah, an hour, 2 hours later it would come back up again. Sorry if you don't like that, so I'll scoot over. But anyway, so I tried to get him into the vet yesterday because it had been happening for 24 hours. I thought, right, we can't carry on like this, so I tried to get him into the vet. They were all full. The vets we go to has a chain, so there's lots of them locally, so I tried every single one and they were all full, apart from the bigger one, which is in Kettering, which had out of hours availability. So we had to take him at 8:30 last night, which cost a small fortune because it was out of hours. But for peace of mind, it was worth it. We took him in, they examined him, said they couldn't find a blockage. It probably was from all the throwing up he'd been doing from the car sickness. It just irritated his tummy. So they gave him an anti-sickness injection and some tablets and some probiotic, which he's now taking, and he's been fine. So he ate a couple of small meals yesterday, and he's eaten a couple of small meals today, and so far, so good. So that bit of panic and worry, I mean, yesterday was horrible because you just worry. Like, he was fine in the morning and I was like, oh, he's okay, maybe he's going to be better, and then he threw up later on. So it was just a bit panicky yesterday, and we didn't get back till gone 9 o'clock last night. So then it was all like, you know, it was just late, and it was quite tiring. So today I've been keeping a close eye on him, and absolutely fine. He looked no problem at all. I haven't had any of throwing up or anything today, so hopefully that's that done with. We can move on. So yeah, that was tough, but yeah, it was a shame that kind of overshadowed what was actually a really lovely weekend. And once we'd been, like, I think basically most days we went out in the mornings and then got back sort of mid-afternoon, and then just mooched around and sat in the house, and Andrew had loads of Lego that he needed to do, so that he and Archie built Lego, and Phoebe went on Roblox, and I just read on my phone, and the dogs chilled, and it was just really relaxing after what had been such a stressful couple of weeks at work. It was so nice just to feel like we didn't actually have to do a lot. We went onto a carvery, we had a fish and chips twice, and then went to a carvery one day, and then had a roast dinner on the way home. So, you know, lots of nice food, and I bought lots of snacks, and we had Pringles. It was a bit like Christmas. It felt like, in fact, I did actually say this to Andrew, it felt like that week between Christmas and New Year, which I absolutely love, because I know a lot of people find it like Crimbo Limbo, and it's a bit like you don't know what day it is, but I just love it because there is no pressure to do anything. You can just be at home and chill and stay in your pyjamas if you want to. All of the stress and the worry of Christmas, although I love Christmas, but there is a lot of stress and hard work that goes into it, and all that's done, and you can just relax. And that, I actually look forward to that probably more than I do Christmas, to be honest. It felt like that just for a couple of days. It was really nice. So we came back all feeling very refreshed. So that was good. What else have I got to tell you? Not a lot, really. That's about it. Back to work, which is a bit more chill now. For the moment, we're working on, I work in marketing for leisure and gym, if you didn't know, and we're working on our January campaigns, so that's exciting. Feels like that will be here before you know it. Andrew is busy at work. He worked yesterday and he's gone to work today, and then he'll be at home with our Lego business for the rest of the week. He much prefers doing that. He would do that probably full time if he could. Unfortunately, we don't quite sell enough to warrant him being here full time. Yeah, and the house is an absolute tip. It needs a good tidy and a good clean up. We've moved, Buddy was sleeping in the kitchen every night, but obviously when we were away he was sleeping much closer to us, and now we're back, and because he's been poorly we've had him in the bedroom with us, and actually it's worked better. He's slept better, and it means that like Archie can stay up a bit later, because when he was in the kitchen, like if we went to bed at 10:30, 11, you couldn't really go in the kitchen then after that because he was asleep in the kitchen. So it means that now he's out of the kitchen, Archie can mosey around, he can watch telly in the lounge, he can do whatever once Buddy's gone to sleep because he's upstairs with us. So it works a lot better. So that's a nice transition that we've made, and he seems happier in there as well because Bungo's in there with us. If you might hear him snoring, he's snoring here next to me. So yeah, so some exciting things coming up with the autumn decor. I can't wait to get it out once this lovely sunshine is gone. I'm not going to wish it away though, because we've had such a rubbish summer. I'm actually enjoying a bit of sun, and just especially as life is a bit quieter now. With we haven't got any dance this week. We've got, work is a bit more chill, so I can actually enjoy it and sit outside and have my lunch and things like that. I've enjoyed that yesterday, so so I'm going to enjoy it. And also, the bonus of having, well, I don't know whether everyone's the same, but I find it the bonus of having hot weather at this time of year is it isn't as hot in the evenings. It does get a lot cooler, so I don't have any trouble sleeping or anything. We've not had the fans out at all this year, not at all. Not even in that bit of hot weather we had at the beginning of the summer. We haven't used our fans at all, so so yeah, it's quite nice that we don't have to now. It's cooler in the night, nobody's having trouble sleeping, and the dogs are happy as well, so that's good. There's not much else to bring you up to date on, I don't think. I've got lots of fun things coming up with work. I've got a marketing conference I'm going to tomorrow called Market Ed Live. It's in Leicester, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm going to the Women in Construction Awards next Friday or the Friday after, so the 22nd I think, which is in London, because our chief exec of our company has been nominated for an award, and she's taking all the female members of her team with her to enjoy that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then we've got UK Active Awards coming up, and one of my clients has been nominated for Campaign of the Year, so that's super exciting. So yeah, lots of nice things coming up, and this is my favourite time of year, and it is all exciting. And I've got my birthday next month, and then Phoebe's birthday the month after. Not that I'm particularly looking forward to my birthday, because it's just one step closer to being the big 50, which will be next year. But hey-oh, everyone has to get older, don't they? So yeah, I'm going to probably end this video here. I'm sorry it wasn't anything more exciting than just a quick catch up, but I hope you're all well, as I said, and getting back into the swing of life after the summer. Enjoying this nice weather we're having, and leave me a nice comment down below. Let me know what you've been up to. I'd love to hear it. I always read all the comments and reply, so love to hear all your news, and I will speak to you next time. Bye. Told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention.